What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you 10 unique legendary weapon locations in Fallout 76. Now this is part 1 of a 3-part series on the channel, and this episode will mainly focus on quest reward items, aside from one which is a random spawn, but it is a really good weapon. Episode 2 will be more focused on legendary drops from enemies, and then episode 3 will be an overall look at the best weapons in Fallout 76. Now because most of the weapons on this list are quest based items, I will be showing you guys where you start the quests, some certain things in between that you may need to know, and also the reward for finishing it. Most of them are marker based, so you should have no problem following them along, and if you do want to see an individual guide on each of the weapons, they will be linked in the description below. But other than that, let's jump straight into it. So starting off with the first weapon on this list, we have a unique sledgehammer known as All Rise. The weapon itself has a 90% reduced weight, gives you plus 10 health, and also comes with the heavy rocket mod attached to it. And I have to say, this is one of the best melee weapons that I currently have. It is an absolute powerhouse to use, and to get this, you'll first need to head over to the location of Watoga. When you first enter Watoga, a MISC quest should pop up telling you to reach the mayor's office. If you mark that quest and follow it along, it should take you straight to the mayor, and then when you speak to the mayor, it will then talk about the terminal. So if you access the terminal and then select high priority and then select mayor for a day, you will then get the quest mayor for a day, and at the end of this quest is exactly where you can get this weapon from. Now as you progress through this quest, you will come to a part where you need to find the Saboteur's hideout. So if you want to find this, it will be marked directly on your map exactly where I'm standing. Inside of this shed in a trailer is exactly where you'll find him, and you have to find 5 different clues in this location. Clue number 1 can be found on his body amongst all of the facility cards. Clue number 2 can be found in the holotape next to his body. Clue number 3 can be found in the holotape on the table. Clue number 4 can be found in the terminal, and clue number 5 can be found in the safe once you unlock it using the terminal, and the safe is located underneath the file cabinets. Upon doing that and going through the rest of the quest following the markers, you will then get to the final stage where you have to fight waves of Robo-Brains and also Mr. Handies. And I warn you guys, there is a lot of them and they are high level. So make sure that you do come prepared to this. It gets very hectic, but the end reward is the All Rise Sledgehammer. This is honestly one of the best melee weapons I currently have. The thing just destroys everything in front of you. Against high level enemies, it still will take a couple of hits of course, but it's just honestly great. Definitely one that you guys should pick up if you don't have it yet. Anyway, moving on to the next weapon, and this one is the only random spawn on the list, and this is known as the Dragon. Now the Dragon is a unique version of the black powder rifle that literally has 4 barrels, which is why you can see the raw damage that this weapon has in the statistics is crazy. And that shows in the gameplay too. I mean, this weapon is really powerful, especially if you're getting that sneak attack damage and even, you know, the crit shot in VATS as well. This thing is extremely powerful. The only real downside is it breaks really fast, and the reload time is really long. Imagine reloading 4 black powder rifles. That's how long this thing takes to reload. And to get this, again, it's a random spawn. I actually found this twice. The first time I found this was over at Fort Defiance in the event known as Line in the Sand. This event basically makes you face hordes and hordes of Scorched as well as a Scorched Beast. And when we took down that Scorched Beast and looted his body, that is where I found my first Dragon. And the second time I found it was in the Robico facility chest at the very end of it. And again, these can spawn anywhere, so if you do see this weapon, definitely pick it up. And the way I would use this weapon usually is I would reload it before I get into combat, then fire the shot off for that raw damage, then switch to a different weapon, maybe finish him off with that, and then reload the Dragon again, and keep doing it like that. That is how I end up using the weapon anyway. And that leads us into the third weapon, which is the Daisy Cutter, a unique Fatman launcher that has a 90% reduced weight, which is amazing on Fatman launchers, and also comes with the MERV mod attached to it as well. If you guys don't know, the MERV mod basically changes the Fatman to launch 6 mini nukes simultaneously instead of just 1, and it will only use 1 mini nuke to do that as well. Now, to get this quest, you'll first need to head over to Ella's bunker. This will be marked on your map. Unfortunately, I didn't record the first part of this quest, but if you follow exactly what I do, you will get the quest to pop up for you. So when you're inside of Ella's bunker, you will find a terminal. Now, if you access that terminal, then select Research Studies, then select Red Shield, you will then get the quest, An Organic Solution, to pop up for you. And at the end of this quest is exactly where you'll get the Daisy Cutter, and this is all marker based. The first part is you going to find Ella's research, which is marked on the map, and it's basically on her body. And then the next part is to collect some bone meal, and this one is area based. It will kind of, make you find it. So if you go exactly where I do in the video, you can see here is the sort of river area, and the building is located just to the left. Be careful though, this is a Deathclaw nest, so you will have to take out the Deathclaw first. But after that point, if you continue on following the markers, you should complete it no problem. And then when you craft the Rad Shield at the very end, you will then have completed an organic solution, giving you some Rad Shield as well as the Daisy Cutter. I've always loved using Fatmans, especially ones with the MERV launcher attachment. The only issue I've ever had with them was they weigh too much, and this weapon fixes that perfectly. Anyway, moving on to the next weapon now, this is the Perfect Storm, a 10mm SMG that burns the targets for 24 seconds. It's basically a fire damage SMG, and again, this is a very good weapon, one to add to that collection of yours. Now, to get this, you'll first want to head over to the Wavy Willards Water Park, and underneath the alligator head, you should find a Mr. Handy robot known as Miss Annie. Upon speaking to her, she will then give you the quest known as Cold Case. This is a very simple quest of just following markers, so once you've completed it and returned to Miss Annie, she will then give you the Perfect Storm. Now, if you guys do want individual guides, again, of any of these I'm showing you, they will be linked in the description. But now moving on to the next weapon. Now this next one is actually a unique grenade known as the Pumpkin Grenade. You can see what these look like on screen, and when you throw them as well, an orange cloud appears in the explosion. It also deals both normal explosive damage and also radiation damage, which is really good as that will actually drain the target's health if you hit them with it. And to get these, you'll need to head over to the Pumpkin House. This is a very quick quest. All you need to do is speak to Jack O'Lantern, the Mr. Handy robot. He will then ask you to go out and fetch some pumpkins for him. Now, these pumpkins are marked on the map, but you can get these from wherever you like if you want to. And when you return to him with the pumpkins, he will then give you the crafting recipe for the pumpkin grenades, as well as 3 pumpkin grenades themselves. Now, the good thing about this is that it is a daily quest, which means that you can actually complete this every 24 hours and get some more pumpkin grenades if you're unable to craft them yourself. So that's how you get them. And now moving on to the next one. So this next one is a missile launcher that does 20% more damage and also comes with the targeting computer and triple barrel mod as well. I actually really enjoy the targeting computer modification for this, as when you tag enemies, you can fire the missile anywhere you like and it will just go straight to them. And to get this, you need to begin the Enclave questline. So I'm not going to spoil too much of that for you, but basically you need to go over to the abandoned waste dump. This will be marked on your map. You'll need to make your way through the waste dump itself until you get to a body. And then when you get to that body, you need to pick up the Operation Summary Blackwell, and this will then give you the quest known as Bunker Buster. Now, if you follow that quest through completely and complete that quest, it will then give you another quest known as One of Us, and when you complete that quest, it will then give you the Bunker Buster. The only downside is the weight. I don't like carrying weapons around that have huge amounts of weight, but overall, for a missile launcher, this is really good. Now for the next weapon, we have the Pyrolyzer. I have already covered this weapon in an individual guide on my channel, so if you want to check that out, it will be linked down below. But this is a flamer that reduces the target's damage output by 20% for 3 seconds. And that of course is really good because you are up close and personal with the flamer anyway. Now to get this one, you'll first need to head over to Harper's Ferry, and when you enter Harper's Ferry, a miscellaneous quest should pop up telling you to investigate the location. This will guide you to a terminal, and if you select missing persons on there, then select the missing hunting party, you will now get the quest pop up known as Tracking Unknowns. Completing this quest will grant you the Pyrolyzer Flamer, and again, if you do want to see the full individual guide on that, it will be linked below. Moving on to the next one now, this one is known as the Vox's Syringer, a very easy one to pick up. It's actually one of the funniest weapons in the game. It doesn't do much damage, but it's still very unique in the way it works. And basically, it's a syringer that makes your target speak. Yes, it literally makes certain targets in the game, like radstags, squirrels, and stuff like that, actually speak to you, which is really weird but funny at the same time. To get this, you'll want to head over to Monogat. I am probably butchering that name. I am absolutely terrible with pronouncing stuff, but if you head there, the first time you enter there, a misc quest should pop up asking you to investigate the house. The entrance to this is around the back, down the stairs, and once you enter the building, if you look inside of the metal container, the Vox's Syringer will already be in there. You can actually access the quest via the terminal if you want to. It is a very short quest that basically tasks you to shoot different targets with it. But I suggest that you don't complete it if you want to keep the weapon, because when you complete it, you have to give the weapon back. Now granted, it is a daily quest, so you can go ahead and, go back here every 24 hours or so, but I didn't complete it anyway, and I just ran around with the weapon, tagging different animals. And here's a quick clip of what they sound like when you hit them with it.
I am just protecting myself. What do I do? Maybe if I stay still, it will go away. No? Okay, fight instead. Scared. Ooh, the bad human wants to kill me. I was just minding my own business.
A very funny weapon there. And on to the next one now. Yet another one I have featured individually on the channel. This is the Alien Blaster. That's right, returning from Fallout 4, this is back in the game again. Although, at the moment, the weapon is honestly terrible. Like, the damage rating is really bad. Although I do believe there is a lot more to be solved with this weapon that may in the future, upgrade it and stuff. But to get this, you'll want to head over to this location on the map. This isn't quest-based or anything, this is strictly a secret weapon they added to the game. It's right next to the butterfly symbol there. And once you're here, you'll notice a house in the middle of a pond. In the pond, there is a safe, and inside of that safe is where you can find the Alien Blaster. Now to get the ammo for this, it's a little bit different. You want to head over to the location I'm standing in on the map, just a little bit north of the Mount Blair train yard. And inside of this building, in a locker, you can find the TNT Dome Key 2. Using this key, if you head over to the Black Mountain Ordnance Works and go to exactly where I'm standing again, this is the location of Bunker 2. You can use that key to open it, and on the table and inside of the metal container, you can find some Alien Blaster rounds. And that leads us onto the last two weapons. These are both within the same quest. This is the Blade of Bastet, a Chinese officer sword with increased armor penetration, and also the Voice of Set, a unique magnum that deals additional damage versus robots. And the good thing about these weapons is when you get them, you can actually craft these whenever you like at any weapons workbench. Now to get these, you do need to go through the Order of Mysteries quest line. This begins over at the Charleston train yard, exactly where I am on the map. And hanging over the edge on a railing, you'll find a body, and on that body is a worn veil and a damaged holotape. If you pick both of those up, it will then give you the quest Into the Mystery. The first part of this quest will take you over to the Riverside Manor, and if you access the terminal inside of that building, it will then task you to put on the worn veil and find the secret entrance to the base. The entrance is in the room on the left as soon as you enter the building. If you walk up to the dressing thing against the wall exactly as you guys can see there in the gameplay. It will then open up and you will now have access to their secret base. And I do have to say, I really enjoyed this quest line in general. The fact that they have this super secret organization base right below the Riverside Manor is awesome. But anyway, getting back into it, when you enter the base, you then need to access the terminal and register yourself as an initiate. Doing so will then put you onto the next part of the quest, which is to meet your mentor in Lewisburg. And basically there's two people you need to find here. Kerry can be found on the roof. You'll need to pick up the items off her. And then your mentor, Natasha Hunt, can be found just below next to a Nuka-Cola machine in this little hole between the buildings. You'll need both the items off those bodies to continue on with the quest. And once you have them, you'll need to head back to the Order of Mysteries base again and use the terminal again. And this time, you'll need to log in as Natasha Hunt, then select Administrative Actions, authorize promotion, and then authorize yourself for a promotion. And just as a reference here, you will always be known in the terminal in this building as unknown user. Once you have done that, you will then need to log back into the terminal again, this time as yourself being again the unknown user. And as soon as you log in, it will simply authorize that promotion that you just gave yourself. And after that, you'll then be guided to the fabricator and you'll have to use the fabricator to make the Garb of Mysteries. Once you've made that, a novice holotape will get put into your inventory, and when you listen to that novice holotape, you will then have done the first part of the Order of Mysteries quest line, and you'll now be on to the next part of the quest, which is actually to get the Voice of Set, the Blade of Bastet, as well as the Phantom device. Now each of these are individual quests within the main quest itself. Once you do the Blade of Bastet one and you go back to the fabricator, you will then get the Blade of Bastet from it. Same thing for the Voice of Set as well, and also the Phantom device. And again, if you don't want individual guides on these specific individual quests, it will all be linked down below for you guys. So that's how you get both of the weapons, and that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more videos like this in the future as well, be sure to leave a like down below. It's always appreciated on the channel. And one last thing to mention here, I am doing a giveaway of the Tricentennial edition of Fallout 76 for the platform of your choice. All you have to do to enter is go over to my brand new Facebook page that I just made for this channel and leave a like over there. That is pretty much it. I'm going to be a lot more active over on Facebook and Twitter from here on out. So if you want more updates on upcoming videos and also want a chance to win that copy of Fallout, leave a like on it. And in 1 week's time, I'll be announcing the winners on the Facebook page for everybody to see as well. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.